It's the last week of 2020. I know. So, hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Dina. If this is your first time watching, hello, welcome. I thought I would do a 2020 year in reflection and also my goal for 2021. I haven't done this in a while. The last time I did it was in 2017, which was a tough year for me. It was probably the toughest year that I had to go through in my adulthood so far. I'm gonna insert that video here for us to just take a peek. If you're interested, it's on my channel. Love my makeup. I look so youthful back then. What happened? But anyhow, that year I went through a bunch of, it was very emotionally suffering for me, and I went through a mild depression, but I overcame it. So proud of myself. In hindsight, I am so grateful that it happened, and it really was a pivotal point of my adulthood that really sort of fundamentally changed how I approach my life and take care of myself. Everything that happened afterwards kind of happened as a result of that, and it shaped me into who I am today. So thank you, 2017. Now fast forward to 2020. What a year. I know. All of us, the whole entire world had to go through something, and is still going through something so unprecedented. It's been tough for most people. It certainly brought many challenges to each and every one of us. While recognizing that, I don't want to sound tone deaf. I know that most of us did not have a great year because of the pandemic and everything that's going on in this very divided world that we live in. But I have to say, I feel incredibly blessed and privileged and grateful to have had the year that I had. I see so many silver linings in my life this year that I felt like I had an amazing year, to be honest. And obviously, I feel even a little bit guilty just to admit that. But regardless, I would like to just share some key themes and my reflections of the 2020 that I had, and also share with you guys my goal and focus for next year. Hopefully this will bring a little positive light into your day as we end this year together and walk into a brand new one. I mean, it can't really get worse than this, right? Hopefully not. You never know. Okay, so 2020. If I were to use two big themes to summarize my 2020, I would use connection and gratitude. So let me share a little bit of why. Because of the pandemic, which kind of happened towards the end of last year in China, I was in Hong Kong. We were aware of it well before, I guess, the rest of the world, and we realized it's going to be more intense than many thought. And so for me, this thing has been going on for quite a while, more than a year by now. And I traveled long haul from Hong Kong back to Canada to meet my parents in end of Jan. I was there to help them move. I was doing my annual leave during Chinese New Year time. Because of the pandemic that blew up in Asia first, I had to extend my trip there to spend what essentially turned out to be a month longer in Canada with my parents, because it just didn't make sense to come back here back when it was peaking. And as a result, I got to spend more time with my parents, and that was just really rare because I usually get to see them once a year for a maximum of 2 weeks. Usually it's 1 week. So we have very, very little FaceTime in the past few years. This turned out to be a great thing for us. Even though I miss them dearly, I wish we're physically together in one of the countries that we're based in during this time, because it's holidays. I'm just all alone here in Singapore and all that, but I'm so grateful that that happened. Now, aside from family connections, because of COVID, everybody was sort of sheltering at home. Most of the time, offices were closed. Me being an introvert, I love being at home, and it wasn't a problem to begin with. After a while, I start to find myself missing the connection that I have at work, seeing everybody, chatting all the time. It really made me realize something that I took for granted was actually something that I need to be mindful of, which is the human connections that I have on a daily basis in a normal life. And on top of that, I got a relocation job offer with my company to relocate from Hong Kong to Singapore, which later on happened. So I was physically also moving away from all my friends and connections in Hong Kong as well, moving to a new country with a new team. As a result of all of this, knowing that I used to really suck at keeping in touch with my friends, I made a conscious decision to just set up reoccurring monthly lunches with all the important people in my life to just deliberately stay in touch so that we'll be able to see each other on video, we'll be able to have virtual lunch together. I just decided to make a little bit more effort in that area, which I didn't used to. I cannot tell you how happy I did it. I feel as connected, no, maybe even more connected to some of the people in my life than I used to because I did this. And I just really highly recommend it to everybody out there to just set up those virtual calls and set up recurring hangouts, because the organic let's go eat together just does not happen that organically anymore in this new world. So we really, really need to make a conscious effort, and I've benefited tremendously from that. On top of that, on the theme of connection, there's more. During COVID, nobody really goes out. It's so hard to meet new people. But I was so fortunate to have had the opportunity to meet new people, build new connections through my new job and relocation. I was able to build a very strong connection with some of the new people that I met in the past few months in my life. Some of them I haven't even met in person. It really is quite unexpected to me in the most positive way. To sum it up, I think despite being physically separated from everyone or most people, I feel a stronger connection to all the important people in my life in the past year. And going through all the stuff in the world together really kind of reset a lot of my expectations, recalibrated my values and how I live my life and how I choose to connect with other people. So connection was a big one for me in 2020. The other is gratitude. So I write a gratitude journal every night. So I really live my life from a point of gratitude, and this is not foreign to me, but because of all the things that went down this year, this sense of gratitude intensified that much more for me, just because it really made me realize of how fortunate I am in the situation, to be in a situation that I am in, how lucky I am to be working for the company that I work for, to have all that I have. And with this whole settling down in a new country, I feel like I am at a really, really good place in my life for for the first time in a long time, and I sometimes feel anxious and guilty even to admit that, to feel that, and scared that that's going to go away, which I know is nonsense, and it's my crazy mind doing its crazy thing. I know all of you out there might have had a drastically different year where you went through many tough times, but I do hope that all of us can find some silver lining in our lives and channel that gratitude. So that was my 2020. Now 2021, next year. I like to do a goal setting at the end of every year, usually around the last few weeks. So I already started writing my goals. I'm going to really sit down one day and make it more actionable and concrete. But I want to offer you to hold me accountable, if you know me in real life, on one of the big goals that I set myself to for next year. And it's a theme. And that theme is generosity. I mean generosity in the sense that I want to give more. I want to offer more to others. And that means money. That means time to others. That means kindness to other people. That means patience, more patience to other people. I just want to be more generous in the way that I live my life, and I feel like that is something that I still have a big gap to close. I want to become a person that focuses on giving rather than receiving. People tend to focus on what we can get out of a relationship, get out of a situation, and I want to take myself out of that position even more, to focus on what I can give in any type of situation, any type of relationship, and any type of work. And ultimately, I am doing that for my own fulfillment, for my own peace of mind, so it is for my own good. But I hope by focusing on generosity, I am able to bring more light and positivity to other people's life as well. So I'm super excited about next year, about what's to come, about positive development with this pandemic and vaccines. I am hopeful that we will be resuming to some more of a normal lifestyle towards later next year, and hopefully we'll be able to travel a little bit more normally so that we could see people who are physically away, and we can see wonders of this world like we used to. And with all the gratitude and best wishes from me, I wish you all a great holiday time. Happy New Year. See you all in 2021. Bye.